Hello my loves, welcome back. It's me, Jenny. How is everyone doing today? Okay my loves, I want to talk to you guys about some tools, some essential tools that I use for crafting. I have some stuff here in front of me that I want to go over with you guys. If you're new to junk journaling or scrapbooking and you want to get some ideas on supplies that you can use for your projects, well, you're in the right spot. Now I want to say before we get started, these things are not necessary to get. You don't have to go out of your way to get these things. Maybe you can slowly, get them as you get more and more comfortable with scrapbooking or junk journaling, and you can get some ideas on how these these function, but it's not necessary to get any of these supplies. However, I do use them, and I thought it would be nice for me to show you guys what I use and what I like, and give you some tips and ideas on what you can do for your projects. So let's get started. This is going to be probably a long video because I have a lot to show you guys here. Okay, so make sure you pick up something to drink. I have my coffee, which I'm almost done here, and we're going to get started. Okay, so let's start with the most obvious, pens, because pens is one of those things can be so overwhelming. I have gone through pen journeys in my life, and it has been such a overwhelming experience because there's so many pens out there, and every time a pen comes out, you want to buy it, you want to purchase it. Sometimes you get into this like phobia of like, I don't want to miss out on the pens. Don't do that to yourselves, okay? It's not really something that is necessary to go out and get yourself a pen. I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything in this video. I'm going to be authentically honest with you. The pens that I use the most are these two pens. These two pens are literally so inexpensive. This is from Playmate. You can get these at Dollar Tree, you can get these at Walmart, you can get these at Amazon. They're super inexpensive. I like to buy the packs of 8, and I literally use this for the majority of my projects. I like to buy, because there's different kinds of sizes of the tip. I don't like to use anything except 1.4. That's the tip that I like. There are some different other sizes in tip, but my favorite is 1.4. And it's just a very, it's more like a wider tip. It's a little bit more thicker than the normal tip. I think I have one in here that my hubby bought by mistake. This is the 1.0. I don't know, you really can't tell, but if you write, you can tell the difference. So I literally have pens everywhere. I have gone through that journey of like buying different kinds of pens. What pens do I like the most? I have like, there's more pens over here. I mean, I have like a bucket full of pens over there. And I'll be honest with you, these are the ones that I reach for the most. I also like to use this one for scrapbooking only because the tip is super duper tiny and it's so beautiful. I love this pen. So beautiful to write. The other pen that I really rarely reach for, but when I do reach for it, it would be this one. This is a 5-in-1 jet stream pen. Now this is a really nice one. It has different kinds of colors. It's very convenient. So if you're scrapbooking or if you're journaling and you need a different color of pen, you have it all in one, which is very, very convenient. This has the red, the green, the blue, the black, and it also has, what I like, a pencil. So this is actually a really good one. I really don't reach for it too much, but I'm glad that I did buy it because it is handy. Okay, so we talked about the pens. Yeah? I have a list here, so I want to talk to you guys about it, so I don't want to miss anything out. Let's talk about pencils, because pencils are also something that I like to use in my projects. And so I'll be honest with you, again, very simple. I like to use these mechanical pencils that you can get literally anywhere. Again, Dollar Tree, Walmart, Amazon, Target, even like the supermarket has these sometimes. I love these. They're just really simple, easy. They has the eraser on the top, and it just works for me. I really like working with these mechanical pencils. I also like to use this one for special projects that I need maybe some like prestige little tracing. This is good for that too, and I like using this one as well. And then again, this one has a pencil in it as well, so that's also nice and handy to have around. Okay, perfect. So now let's talk about brush pens. So I like to use brush pens. Brush pens are one of my favorite things to use, and I do have two that I am super loyal to. I don't ever want to change this, ever, 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 ever. And if I had to choose any brush pens in my collection, it would be this one. These are amazing. I absolutely love these pens. I love the way they write. They're just so beautiful with the paper that with my journal that I work with. It's just like butter. It's like literally like butter. And the tip is like a brush tip. You can see that brush pen tip. It's beautiful. This comes in it comes in threes. These three colors come together, and I love them. I really love them. This also, I believe they also have this brand, and they have a bundle with different colors. I was thinking of getting that, but I haven't really looked into that too much yet. But anyway, these are my favorite. I also use this brush pen as well if I need to for some reason or another. Let me see. I think I have one open here for you. I don't have one here with me, but this is also a nice one. I'm okay with this one. This is good for like a second choice if I didn't have this handy, or if I ran out of this one for some reason, I didn't have any more extras, I would definitely go with this one. These two are really good. They're really good to have. Again, this is my favorite, but they both do the same thing. They both do the same work. All right, my loves. Okay, perfect. Let's talk about now color pens. I'm not a fan of color pens. I like blue and I like black. I don't really like too much color pens. I also like brown. But when I do use them, which is not very rare, I don't really use them too much. But when I do use them, I like to use this one. This is a really beautiful combination of colors. I do love how they write, and I very rarely use them, but I do like them. And I like to have them handy when I do need them. And this is another one that I very rarely reach for, but when I need these colors or when I want to do some coloring in my scrapbooking, I like to reach for this one as well. And it's very neon in color, right? Because it's neon colors. It's really pretty, actually. I like that the tip is very like thin. It's a 0.3, so it's very thin and it's very like, you know, it's very like easy to trace something or color in something. And they're nice. They're actually really nice pens. I like them. All right, my loves. So that's the color pens that you can get yourself familiar if you're looking for that. Okay, so now let's talk about markers. This is going to be probably the longest part of the video. Markers, because I have a lot of markers here that I want to talk to you guys about, okay? I am a very happy fan of mile liners. I love my mile liners. If I had to pick any markers in the world, I would probably pick mile liners because these are just my go-tos. I love them, okay? I love my mile liners. However, there are a few here that I do want to talk to you guys about that also are really good and wonderful to work with, okay? So let's first talk about mile liners. These are amazing. I am obsessed with these markers. I like buying them in bundles because the bundles that you get, the more higher the number, the better it is for you because you have more selections of colors. These are fantastic. I absolutely, definitely would say that if you had to invest on some markers, I would absolutely suggest to invest on these because these are just beautiful. They are amazing. And you can also use these as highlighters, which I tend to do a lot. Now, you can get them like in bundles of like, I don't know, sometimes you get 32s, you get 4, there's different kinds of amounts of choices that you can pick from. I usually say go for the higher the better because the higher the number, the more colors you're going to get, and you're not going to be able to be worried about not having these colors, yeah? But again, you know, depending on what you can purchase. They also come in these kind of little package, which they're okay, but again, if you buy this and then maybe later on you want to buy this, and you're going to probably get dupes in here. So kind of like figure out what's convenient for you. But if you're just starting out and don't know exactly how to work with these, I would suggest just get a little pack like this that you can get in Walmart or Amazon and see if you like it. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it because they're amazing. My latest one that I purchased is this one. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous neutral color. It's like a very vintagey neutral color that I'm obsessed with. And I love this. I love this. I think Walmart, I went to Walmart not too long ago, and they had another one that I saw, another collection that came out. I think it's like a pastel collection that also looks beautiful, and I might have to pick that one up as well. But anyway, these are good to have. I like these a lot. I recommend these a lot. I also recommend these as well. These are Tombow dual brush pens. These are fantastic to work with as well. Again, depending on what you're doing, you know, you can kind of figure out which one is better for you. But I do love these, and these are absolutely fantastic. They have both of these have two ends that you can use. One end is thicker than the other, and that kind of really works with some really fun projects. They're really amazing, and I truly do love these Tombows. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of them. Love them. I am a fan. You can start with, you know, something like this if you want, or you can go and get yourself a nice, beautiful collection. You know, whatever fits best for you. You will have to kind of like figure out what works for you well. And yeah, they're really good to use. This is the most recent one that I've gotten. These are really awesome to get also. I love these. These were really fun, and I'll put the link at the bottom of the video if you want for these. These again are also dual, but this one has bullets. It's called bullet tip, which means it's not like a brush tip, it's more like a bullet tip. Okay, you have the bullet tip on that end, and then you have like a nice little fine thin one on the other end. These are really amazing for junk journaling. They're really, really, really fun to use, and I do like these actually. They're really cool. And then the last one I want to talk to you guys about is these really fun ones. I really like these for several reasons. Now these you can use in your projects two ways. You have like a dot, circle dot in the tip, right there, you see that? And then the other end you have the fine one as well. So these are really good to use as like bullet points. Like for example, if you have like, if you're working with like, let's say, I don't know, a bullet journal, and you need to do some bullet points, you can use these little dots for that, and they're really fun. You can use them for many things, to be honest with you. These are really, really fun to use. I do like these. And again, these you can find online. They come in different colors, and they're really fun to play around with. Yeah, love these. All right, so those are the kind of markers that I use the most. I really don't have, I had more markers, to be honest with you, but I really got rid of a lot of my markers because I wasn't really using them, and it didn't make any sense for me to have them. And so I just kind of stayed with the ones that I kind of tend to love the most, and really kind of tend to reach for the most. So these are my markers that I suggest if you want to take a look at. You might be able to get some ideas on. Highlighters, I don't really use a lot of highlighters. I tend to really go like classic. I like my Sharpie highlighters. I think Sharpie, I saw in Amazon, they have a pastel set of Sharpies that are highlighters. I think I'm gonna get that because I did like that. But I really just use the regular Sharpie highlighters. I'm not really too fancy when it comes to highlighters. I did buy these not too long ago, which are really fun, and I like to use these in my books when I read. to highlight, and these are really cool to use. I think I got these in Five Below. But you know, again, I like to use my regular Sharpies for that. And I also use my Midline. These are also awesome to use as highlighters as well. These work really beautiful as highlighters. I like to use this one because these are like very soft muted colors, and it looks really beautiful against the page if you're highlighting it. So those are really fun to use for that if you want. All right, let's talk about adhesives next. Adhesives are something that I really use a lot. I'll be honest with you, like 95% of the time when I'm using some sort of adhesive, it's absolutely going to be double-sided tape. I'm a double-sided tape person. I love my double-sided tape. I buy these in bulk and I love using them. I use this one and I started to use this one again. I used to use it in the past, but again, you know, I was going through my stuff and I came across this one and I'm starting to use this one again. So this is also really good to use. It gives you a really nice amount to kind of use in your projects, and it's not that bad. I like it. I do prefer my double-sided tape, but I do like her. She's very helpful and handy. I also at times like to use this tape glue runner, but again, this one, depending on what kind of projects, you might need to get a few of these because you could run out of these really quickly. But this is good to have, you know, in case of an emergency or in case you need to pick something really quickly. This is also good to have. I also am very I'm a highly listen, you gotta get it, okay? I'm super in this. Super. I use this for everything. Packing tape for everything. I use this for everything. I like to use this as laminating, like laminating a project. If I have like dry flowers, I can laminate it with packing tape. If I have a book page that's very fragile, I can laminate it with this. Love using packing tape. One of my favorite things to use, okay? Now, okay, so we got packing tape. Let's talk about double-sided tape. I do also love using that. I don't know where my double-sided tape is right now. I thought I had it here with me. Oh, here it is. Double-sided tape. But this is the foam one. Okay, the one that's foam. I get these at the Dollar Tree. I buy these when I go to the Dollar Tree. I usually get two or three of these little packs, and I save them. These are really awesome for projects. I really highly recommend to use these, and they're so inexpensive in the Dollar Tree. You get them for like $1.25. You can also get them anywhere else, but I like to get them at the Dollar Tree because it's a little bit, you know, inexpensive, and they work perfect. I love these. I've been using these for years, and I love them. So this is really a good one to get. Also, if you are looking into getting some adhesive, okay, on your projects. Now, this does give bulk to your project, but if that's okay, if you're looking for that, then this is perfect for it. I use glue stick. I am not a fan of glue stick, I'll be honest with you, but when I do use glue stick, I like to use this one. This is the one that I use the most. I don't really use glue stick because I don't like how they stick to my projects. Sometimes they give like a little bubble effect or like a little wrinkly effect that I don't like. So I very rarely reach for glue stick. But when I do, this is the best one that I have found that works with my projects. Okay. So this is a really, you know, it's a good, if you like glue stick, this is really good to use. Okay, so tacky glue, amazing to use for fabrics, for lace, for trims, for ribbons, amazing. You can even use it for paper too. You can use this for a lot of things. Buttons, very handy. I definitely recommend you to get this. This is a very good product to use on any of your crafting projects. I've tried many different tacky glue, and this is the best one that I have found that works for me well. And I like it because it dries clear. So it's good and it's not too messy. So I like this. This is a really good one. Okay. And then for those of us who love to daily journal, whiteout is of course a good thing to use, but I also found this really fun beige whiteout that I use in my journals because I have a lot of journals. I like to write a lot of things in my journal and I am horrible. I make a lot of mistakes. And so the color of this whiteout is the same color of the paper, which is like the ivory beige color. And I love it. This is like the best thing ever. Like I love it. I feel so much comfortable using this when I'm journaling because when I make a mistake, I don't feel like, oh my God, I made a mistake and the page looks ugly. I can just white it out. And it works amazing. Amazing. Very fun to have. Okay, my loves, we are almost there. We're halfway there. So speaking about whiteout and journal, let me show you the journals that I tend to really love to use. Now, I talked about this journal literally on all my videos because this is literally the journal that I have used for many, many, many years, okay? I think I'm going on to like probably like maybe 8 to like 10 years using the same journal brand. I love this journal. I'm very, very, very happy with it. It's an investment. I'm not gonna lie, they're a little bit pricey. They are, but I'll be honest with you, they're worth it. These are the best journals that I have come across, and I have come across a lot of journals in my life. There's a lot of journals that I have used and I have tested out, and this by far has always been my #1 choice. So these are really awesome. They are a little bit pricey, but I gotta tell you that they are a very good investment, and they're just amazing. I love them. This is the one that has 251 pages, and there's also one that I also love, which is the one that has 411 pages. And this is the one that I am obsessed with, and I have been obsessed with forever and will continue because I just love it so much. And that's when this is when this comes handy because the colors of the page is the same color of this whiteout, which is awesome. Awesome. Okay. Now I also have my let's see, hold on. Let me show you. This is my, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Molesky. I might be saying it wrong. But this is the 400-page journal that I also like. This is the name right there. I'll link everything at the bottom in case you guys want to take a look at, okay? But this is the 400-page dotted journal that I also love. This journal book is also really, really fun to work with. And I do like this one as well, okay? So I usually use those two for projects. I really don't go out of the way of getting anything else. I come across some journals every once in a while, but these are really the ones that I really have been with me for a very long time. Okay, my scissors. I really don't have specific scissors. I'll be honest with you. I've just used regular scissors. I do have this gorgeous gold, very pointy and very dangerous scissor that I am loving, and I love this scissor. I got back in Jersey a while ago, and the funny thing about this scissor is I had spoken to the owner that I used to sell this because I wanted to put together a crafting kit to sell, and I spoke to the owner about this. This is like maybe a few years ago, and I asked him if he can get like these scissors for me like in bundles so I can actually add them in my crafting kit that I wanted to create. And he was able to do that for me. He was able to order a whole bunch of these for me, and I think I got like 12 of them. And I was really happy, and I was going to put a bundle together. I still have them. I might actually put them up for sale. I don't know. We'll see. But these are amazing. I love these scissors. They cut so well. They're so pointy, which I love because I can get in there and do my fuzzy cutting. But I gotta tell you, these are pretty dangerous. They're super sharp, super sharp. So I like using these, and I like using my regular scissors because this is the ones that I like to use when I cut my double-sided tape. And then I just go in there and I'll just, you know, clean it out because it gets really sticky and messy. But this is just a regular scissor. I don't use any specific scissors because I know that cutting the double-sided tip can really damage a scissor. So, you know, I don't use anything that's really expensive. And then this is the only one that I really do like. This is a very, very old, well-liked brand. And this is a really fun one to use. Also, it's very, very, you know, pointy and also very, like awesome for fuzzy cutting. But yeah, I really don't have specific scissors. I really have I really use like whatever I can grab when I need it, except for like special fuzzy cutting, which I use this one for. All right. And then for my scissors, when I need to clean them, which is very important to also have handy, I like to use this one to clean, because you know when you cut the double-sided tape on your scissors, you'll start getting like the residue around it. And so I use a little bit of this to clean my scissors and any other tools that I have, and it really helps with getting it nicely clean and not getting it so sticky. So this is really good for that as well. I get a small one I think I got this at Dollar Tree. They have the bigger ones, but I really don't use it too much, and you don't really need a lot. Very little comes along. Very little is a long way to use. You don't technically need a lot of this to help remove the stuff. Very good to use. Okay. Art supplies. I don't use a lot of art supplies, but when I do, I have two things that I use, and these are very inexpensive. I use this palette. I had this palette for like 100 years, literally. I'm not even joking with you, and it's still like I never used it, okay? But this is a really nice palette to play around with. Super inexpensive. I got this one at Michael's, and I think I paid like $7 for this palette. I'm not even joking you, okay? They still sell it there too. Amazing. It's watercolor. It's water base. And it's really just an amazing palette, and it's so inexpensive, and it's so amazing to use. It's beautiful. And then the other one that I really don't use too much, but I want to show you because I do like it, and I am going to start using it more now that I'm going to be doing a lot of junk journaling projects, is this beautiful, gorgeous, I love this color. I saw this like a few years ago, and I just like, oh my god, I went crazy because all these like shimmery colors right here that it has, oh my god, look at those colors, how gorgeous they are. Can you see that? They're so beautiful. This is a watercolor palette. It is such a beautiful watercolor palette. I haven't used it yet, but I am going to be using it actually in the next few days for an upcoming project that I want to do with you guys. Hold on, let me try to open it. Let me try to open it. Open. Oh, it's stuck. Okay, there we go. So you open it like that. Believe me, it's not that hard to open. It's just that it got stuck. And look at these colors, how gorgeous they are. Aren't these beautiful? These are so delicious. Oh, they're so yummy. And this is a sample. I did like a little sample for myself so I can remember the colors. Oh, they're so yummy. They're so yummy. Look at this. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to use it. They give you a little, one of these little sample little things so you can actually sample in the paint. But I kind of like to use this one for that. So much fun. I love it. I can't wait to use it. I'm going to be using it in the next few days. So that's another one that I absolutely love. I don't really use it, like I said. I haven't used it for a while, but I am going to definitely be using it soon. Okay, we have a few more things. I have 2 more things to show you, and then I'm done. So the only last thing that I want to show you that I have, now I am not a electronic person, okay? I am old school. I like my things very simple. I don't like to program things or nothing like that. I don't, okay? But my husband surprised me with this Bose headset, and it has been like the best thing ever, okay? I have to say, I don't want to admit it, but I'm going to admit it. It's amazing. These Bose are super amazing. I love using these when I'm doing my projects because I have I like to listen to my audiobooks, and I also like to listen to music while I craft. And as you can tell in my previous videos, you know, there's a lot of noise going around where I'm at. Usually people are like doing their lawns, or, you know, there's kids outside playing. So these are amazing. They're absolutely amazing. They're super comfortable. First of all, they're super comfortable in my ears. That's one of the reasons why he got this for me, because I was complaining about the one that I had previous to this. It was hurting my ears and it was really painful when I had them for a while. And so he went out of his way. He got this for me, and it's amazing, guys. It's really amazing. It's a little bit expensive. I'm not going to lie. This is definitely an investment, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is a good investment. It's absolutely worth the money. It's comfortable in my ears, and the best thing about it is noise control. So you literally cannot hear anything outside. I don't use this outside. I use this only indoors because you literally cannot hear anything around you, and it could be a little bit dangerous if you use it outside. So I use it indoors. It's Bluetooth and it doesn't have any wires. It's like wireless, okay? The best thing about it is the sound is amazing, and the best thing about it is the battery life on this is incredible. I can go 2 days using this straight, listening to my audiobooks, and the battery will still be good. So it's absolutely an investment, but I tell you right now, it is definitely very much worth the investment. And I am not an electronical person. I don't like electronics. I don't like none of those like fancy things. You would definitely not see me talking about anything electronic related, because I don't like it. But I got convinced. I got convinced with this one for sure. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to show you, which I haven't talked to you about, was my glue guns. Okay, these are my glue guns that I am obsessed with. I tend to really use this one like 95% of the time. I love this one. I love this brand. This is a Gorilla brand. This is the mini, and I also have the bigger size. These are amazing. I love them. I've gone through so many glue guns in my life, and this has been the best one so far. Okay, I had this for like a few years and it's still running amazing. So this is a very good brand if you're looking for a really good glue gun. Now, I also like to buy the glue guns at Michael's because these I use for my wax seals. So these are awesome. I have them for different colors. This is a gold, and then you can probably use these for like wax seal, or if you want to get yourself, you know, comfortable using hot glue, this is awesome to start with. They're really good. There's nothing wrong with these. They're really good. But, you know, once you start getting used to using them and you want to get like a better, you know, professional looking one, then I would suggest you to look into Gorilla. This is a really good one. And that, my friend, is literally all the supplies that I personally use in my craft room. These are some stuff that I literally reach for every day or every other day. I also have some stamps that I didn't want to like really include these stamps in here, but because I don't reach for these too much. I really don't, okay? I don't reach for them too often, but I will show you because this is good to know. These are really awesome to have. These are alpha stamps, and you have all these really beautiful alpha, and these kind of look like vintagey looking, what do you call it? Vintagey looking fonts. It's really beautiful. I don't really reach too much for this, but I do sometimes. I also bought this one that has the months, which is beautiful, very convenient for scrapbooking and for journaling. And I recently bought this one, which I was obsessed about. And this is the like kind of like the vintagey looking date stamp. And I love this one. This is really a fun one for me to use, and I love it. And so this is a really nice one to have. I haven't used this in my scrapbooking, which I should actually do that. Maybe I'll start using it this week. But I love using this one. This is really fun. I had bought one, or I had one, and the dates were so outdated. So I had to get one that with updated dates, like years. And so this is the one. Yeah. Okay, my loves, this is a really long video, but I just wanted to show you guys all these wonderful tools that you can actually add into your beautiful, you know, craft room if you need to. you can actually use these for your wonderful projects, and you can get yourself familiar with what what you like and what you don't like. So hopefully this helps you, gives you some ideas. At least you know what I like and what I like to use, and hopefully that will bring you some understanding on these about these beautiful craft tools. Okay, my love? I love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.